Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin also. Oh my god. This is Calvin, also known as Roman. This is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. Look at the bodies everywhere.
Whoa. Looks like the battle here was intense.
So this is like the next thing you see as soon as you go to the next location in the trailblazing mission. And like, there's like bodies everywhere. I think I even like saw like a Cloud Knight body there as well.
The Master Diviner must have launched the campaign while we were delayed in the Artisanship Commission.
And she was given full reign to do so with the Cloud Knights, right? She must have divined it was the right time.
Time is of the essence. The most important task for the Xianzhou Loufu is suppressing the Stellaron.
Right, yeah.
General Jing Yuan tasked the Master Diviner with commanding the Cloud Knights. He would have known she'd act on the results of her divination.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's definitely something that he probably would have, like, saw, like, happening in the future. But there's also that thing as well where it's like, I think, you know, definitely Fu Shuyan's going to do this to the best of her ability as well, because this is something she wants to prove to Jing Yuan as well, you know?
Thank goodness the general didn't make us go with the knights. Fighting is totally different from adventuring. All these people, it's tough to bear.
It's hard. It's so difficult to look at.
I'm afraid this is nothing, Benefactor.
There's another Cloud Knight in the back. This is nothing? There's bodies, like, spewed everywhere.
Centuries ago, an emanator of abundance besieged the Loufu with the aim of taking the ambrosial arbor. They destroyed half our delves and killed most of the Cloud Knights.
Man, it's going to be so interesting to see a timeline of events with all this horrible stuff that's happened, like, to everybody in this game. Because there's so many, like, different attacks, wars. We saw, like, the destruction of, like innocent people and innocent lives. Like, you know, there was, like, a hospital that was destroyed at one point. Like, legitimately, like, I think there's going to be, like, eventually, maybe there already is, like, a timeline of, like, attacks and wars and battles out there for Honkai Star Rail, and in this region especially. But, like, it seems like this has just been going on for so long. Well, centuries, right?
For long life species, such events are more like yesterday's memories than ancient history. This awful spectacle is child's play in comparison.
So are the wolves something I just didn't notice, or are they also like creatures of the Ambrosial Arbor?
Hey, is that supposed to make us feel better?
I think she's just stating some cold truths.
It's hard to tell if the Master Diviner won or lost here.
There's Cloud Knights here, yeah. I think she won total victory. Seems to me her truths were wiped out. There's a few Cloud Knights spewed about the place, but I'd like to say she won just because it seems like there's less Cloud Knights, maybe?
I think so too. I can't see many Cloud Knights. The Xianzhou must have fought well.
Yeah, there's only a few Cloud Knights around the place.
Not necessarily. There'd usually be a base with supporting forces set up after a successful engagement, but we don't see any of that.
Wait, so they might have, like, lost more than we thought.
Let's look around and see if we can find some clues.
Sure. This is lethal, man. Oh my god, like it's nice to be, like, in the daylight. Oh my freaking, look at the clouds, like, and, like, the light shining through the clouds. I know, like, they're, like, somewhat, oh my. Holy hell. That's kind of scary. Like, the water everywhere as well. Like, the mistiness down there at the dock area, too. And look at the horizon, like, how smoky it is in the distance. These, like, little tree parts, like, trailing up to the sky. This is an image and a half. Holy hell, look at the light shining on the water as well. This is incredible looking. And then with the arbor, like... Wait, the arbor? Is that the arbor? That's the arbor, right?
Be careful. Those monsters are pretty tough.
Wait, is that... It looks like just monsters, but there's also, like, an NPC down there. Sorry, I'm just, like, taking a look at this as well, guys, before we do anything. This is so scary for some reason. Like, I see it's so vast and gigantic. But the reason I was, like, confused, like, if that's the arbor, is, like, how is this... Oh, I guess it goes up that way as well. How does the... I think it's actually like this ship, this station that's like a planet is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my freaking life. On the monster's rigid body, several conspicuous wounds are shrinking at a speed discernible to the naked eye. Despite the absence of any vital signs, you sense the monster in front of you is not completely dead. So there's somewhat alive. Maybe could revive at some point as well. Some Cloud Knights over here as well. Travel log on the Xianzhou. Oh, we have to read some of that stuff later as well when we get the chance. It might not be this episode, but there's some stuff I wanted to read on the generals and stuff like that. Chest down here. They give you a lot of like reading in this game. They do. Wait, so there's enemies here as well?
Wow. Oh, look at that.
Here! There are still survivors here!
Right.
You're not the knights. What is your purpose here? It's dangerous.
We're reinforcements sent by the
She's a
general.
healer.
Where's everyone else?
Resorting to short-lived species as reinforcements. Jingyuan is truly running out of options.
You're very cheerful and kind of a bit, you know, cheeky for everything that's happening right now.
Run! She's
Oh,
a disciple of Sanctus Medicus.
Oh no!
Silence. If my healing worked,
No
you'd
wonder she's so
become one
calm.
of us.
No wonder she was so calm and cheeky.
And then it's not just me they'll be running from.
No. That makes perfect sense why she was just standing here, right? There's like so many like Mara struck around here.
I can't.
Wait, did she turn this guy into a Mara struck and that's who we're fighting now?
Recount.
Look at the backdrop of this place as well, guys. With this music as well.
Dodge this!
Stunning. Oh my
Lend
god, look
me
at the
your
backdrop there as well.
Want to see what I can
The
do?
areas you fight in are so freaking great in this game. There's so we could have gotten in, you know, complete gum. But it's okay now.
This is serious. I shall be the judge. You're not going
Music is stunning, isn't it? The battle music's always stunning in this freaking game. It's always so freaking pretty.
Why seek
This is
death?
gorgeous as well, isn't it?
Still in denial.
And the vocals of the battle music is always so good as well, but like this one is just so freaking like haunting, right?
Recount.
So haunting.
Want to see what I can
So let's
do? We've entered
let's do the thing we usually do here.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
So attack and crit boost. So we start off with a attack here like this. And we do this.
Take this. Shape, rise, Venus.
And that gets us an extra attack here as well. And then we get another attack.
Dodge this.
But we didn't need to do the fourth.
Why did you come to the
Oh.
Xianzhou?
But I guess it's a different battle.
Immortality? You don't have to appease Jingyuan. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus can provide all that you desire.
And this has so much more weight now that we did the quests for the Dan Shu quest, for example, and like the recent
It's
like,
so
like
good to
most of like the
stand here
quests
and
of the
do
Dan Shu
nothing.
like have a lot to do with the
mere
Mars
thought of
struck. You know what I
heaven,
mean?
I shall be the judge. Let me through.
I'm very glad we were able to do a lot of that stuff here as well.
By the will of the 10 Lords. The 10 Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
Very glad. Oh, we don't have enough skill points.
I'll see you off.
Calling in more reinforcements as well.
Dodge this. Take this.
Action advanced. Let's just go.
Rise, Venus.
So freaking good. Then we can go again. Actually, we should have saved that for Bronny, but it's okay. Yeah, we could have gone 4 times there afterwards. We didn't need to.
Hold on. We'll find someone to help.
Did you see what the disciple of Sanctus Medicus was saying as well? The idea of like, you don't need to like appease Jijuan, like we'll help you. They still have that thing, and like that's the thing, right? Like they have a very, especially the Sanctus Medicus, have a very like manipulative way of speaking And you could say like, you know, that like for us, like, you know, Jin Yuan's charisma and his like very like, you know, his demeanor is very like convincing in a lot of ways too. But like I really feel like the Sanctus Medicus like are constantly like looking for people who are like on the worst on their luck. This person was dying and she's trying to say to him, "You're going to be cured, don't worry about it." Can you imagine how like what that does to your mind in your like final moments when you're like nearly dying and someone's turning you into something you don't want to be, a Marastruck?
Don't waste your time.
Crazy.
Converted me. I don't have much longer.
That's horrible. It's so horrible.
Go. The Master Diviner's troops are ahead.
He stops talking, could be because he's exhausted. He's waiting for you to leave him be.
Let's go.
Again, like it's, and that's like what, how impactful is this? Letting us know, like, and this dying, I'm not going to talk because he wants us to leave, but this Cloud Knight as well knows that it's over.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were in hiding for so long. Now they finally show their face. Did the Master Diviner fail to foresee this?
Interesting way of putting it.
Be careful, benefactors. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus worship Yaoshi, the Plague's author, the greatest enemy of the Xianzhou. The Alliance has been trying to root out their secret organization for millennia. It's no coincidence that they've chosen this moment to reveal themselves.
More understand, we were talking about the idea that it could be like a sense of urgency, that they feel like they have to do this right now, like this is the time to do this, which could be the case. It could be a case of like, if we don't do it now, like something else is going to go wrong, like it's like a desperation thing. It could have been just like the activation of a plan that they've had for so long as well. It could be. But we know that like in our story at the very least, we've ousted Dan Shu as being like the master, you know, of the Sanctus Medicus. So I wonder if like, you know, there's also a sense of that where it's like, well, now someone knows who I am and we have to keep it going now. But then again, they were already starting that before. They already did all this stuff before that was happening anyway. It's crazy to me because like, no matter what, like this is horrible, right? This is absolutely horrible. It's taking someone's will away from them. It's taking someone's like life away from them. Yes, you can say, oh, well, like now he's like not going to die. But like, man, a lot of people see this, including myself, would see this as a fate worse than death. You know what I mean? It really would be. It's crazy. It really is crazy.
This little gadget is just what I wanted.
So these must be creatures of the Arbor then, right? They have to be. And this just makes me feel so icky, all the like the Marastruck stuff, right?
I shall be the judge.
This is like the best battle theme. It's so good.
Dodge this!
We can go for another attack here as well.
Lend
Yep,
me your strength.
for sure.
You're not going anywhere.
You
Still.
Like, it really feels like we're getting into like the heart of this situation, right? I know like we're not done yet in terms of the Loufu. I know this.
Troublesome.
But it does like, I think you guys will understand when I say like, it does feel like we are like getting deeper and deeper into like the messiness of this whole situation.
We shall take back what we lost.
There it is, for the divine.
Oh, so sick, Sushag. And like, you know, we did the quest of Bailu just this week, right? And that was like, I feel like a very important quest for showing or showcasing just exactly how terrifying this stuff is. And like, we saw the process of it basically like almost like from start to finish, and like what it does to people, how it changes people over time, how the personalities leave them, how the armor sticks to them, like how horrific this can be. We saw the mission with Dan Shu of how like the Sanctus Medicus can also like, you know, recruit people, and how they like, you know, usually turn to people who are not doing too well for themselves as well, which can also be a very, very horrible thing as well. We also then in the mission with Dan Shu saw like a lot of the reasons why, say, someone like Dan Shu would like turn to stuff like this, which was like with the stuff with like again the destruction of the hospital. That was like the biggest thing, which was like that like the murder and like this awful, and I say murder and killing because it is like, I don't care if it's a casualty war, like they killed like so many people, and even like their own as well, like that. Not that it makes it any better to kill your own versus someone who's not your own, but you know what I mean.
I shall be the judge.
It's a situation where like Oh wait, perfect.
Eternal sleep is
It's a
not the
situation where
end.
like
The dead return!
we have to look at this from the perspective of like 110 million %, right? What they're doing is absolutely horrible. But then you also look at like, okay, what drove some ordinary people to join the Sanctus Medicus? Why did they do this? And I feel like that's something like I like to do like with any game I'm playing, which is like, yeah, we won't side with any like horrific things that are happening here, but like,
Nothing
you know,
major.
Pay for this.
understanding,
Lend
not
me
in a
your
compassionate way, but understanding why someone
Pull
got
me
there
through.
is always like an important thing to do here as well. Like in the case of Dan Shu, like
Revenge of the
110%.
storm.
You know what I mean? I feel like
To guard and
she
defend.
like heard of these
Crush
ideas, and it was one of those things where I don't think she would have ever entertained the idea of
Receive
using the
divinity.
Marastruck and using the Plague's Author as like the way that she does now, if it wasn't for the death of
By the will
Yuffie.
of the 10
You know what I mean?
lords.
I genuinely believe that.
The 10 lords
I think that that's
decree,
what pushed her over the
hereby
edge. I think
ordained.
all this stuff throughout her life, all these horrible things of feeling that she was inadequate, feeling that she was less than, the bullying that she went through, the mistreatment from people on her own
remember your
location,
kindness.
it all led to kind of like the way she then reacted in the end and what the path that she chose. But then again, as we know, like that's never going to be like something that like we're going to stand for in terms of like the way that like, as we saw what happens to people who are
battle is
in Bailu's
unavoidable.
quest, and in this quest alone we saw this too, where we have this situation where the
I'll see you
Marastruck
off.
it's an
Receive
absolutely
divinity.
horrible situation.
Resistance
It's an absolutely
Eternal
horrific
sleep
situation to
is
see
the
anyone
dead
go through.
return!
And again, the Sanctus Medicus 110% goes after vulnerable people. It goes after people that feel less than, that feel like they're a burden, that feel like they can't do anything in life, or feel like they're never going to get anywhere in life. And they end up, you know,
We've
choosing
entered
this
the
path
storm.
because they believe it's going to be the best for them. And
To guard and
unfortunately,
defend.
it's just not,
Crush them.
how do I say, it's
This
not
is serious.
the right path. It's not the right path in that sense at all, you know?
I shall be the judge. Take this.
I hope all that makes sense because I'm obviously when I speak as well from stuff like this as well, guys. Like, and I talk for an extended amount of time about this stuff.
Wanna see
It's
what I
also
can do?
me trying to
You're not going
kind of
anywhere.
like piece everything together in my mind too. And I
Lend
think
me
it's
your
much better to
strength.
like do it in the open with you guys, so we can talk about all my feelings on this stuff as well. I should have done the extra burst attack
Do
there.
and deny, recount.
I hope that makes sense. Like, I genuinely want to like
You
you know
chose-
speak to you guys with all my thoughts that are happening all at once in the video. And I think like to summarize like all my whole thought process
10
there,
lords decree,
it's that I truly
hereby
believe the Sanctus
ordained.
Medicus are like preying
what I
on
can
people
do?
that are really in horrible positions. It's a lot of people that we talk to in the Sanctus Medicus
You're not going anywhere.
either regret it or were under like
I remember.
extreme emotional
Eternal sleep is not the end.
conditions,
The dead
I should say,
return.
when they did turn to the Marastruck and the Plague's Author. But we also look at the, again, as we said, like, why did they get into those emotional positions?
You'll
How are
pay
they
for this.
treated? How did this happen? How did they get to this place? And I feel like it makes for a better story looking at it like that, I suppose. I much rather, you know, look at a character like Dan Shu and be like, we have to stop what she is doing, right? But at the same time, like, a lack of understanding about Dan Shu and her story just makes the story less than.
always
You know what I
like
mean?
this.
For me, I much rather know why the master of this, the master, quote unquote, ended up in the way that she
Lend me
did,
your strength.
rather than being clueless. You know,
This is
at all.
serious.
That's the way I look at it.
I shall be the judge.
There's a lot that goes
Let's
into it. There's a
settle
lot that goes into it. But I'm 100% against people turning into Marastruck. 100%, as you guys probably know. Like,
Dodge this. Take this. Rise, Phoenix.
this music's so awesome. I'm 100% against people.
Receive divinity.
I'm 100% against people
This battle is
being
unavoidable. Lend me your
turned
strength.
into Marastruck, just like I'm 100% people against casualties of war being called casualties of war when they are just like
Recount.
ultimate destruction and murder.
I'll see you off.
That's what happened to that hospital in this game. It wasn't a casualty of war. It was
Dodge this.
a neglectful,
You'll pay for this.
non-caring murder on behalf of the Rainbow Arbiter. Hot take, I know, but it is. That's the way I see it. It's horrific. Actually, so interesting because like we did. That's considered maybe a tougher battle, but like I just felt like I was chatting with you guys for a bit there. So we're doing this tough battle. I just be chatting to you guys for a bit, but that's okay though, right? It's nice to have a chat with you guys. Let's sit over here now. Oh, there's another Cloud Knight. A painful moment amidst the ravaged battlefield draws your attention.
Rainbow's blessing. You're not disciples of Sanctus
So there's more around here, I'm guessing.
Stop moving around.
Oh, did they get to this
See if
person
there's a way
too?
to help you recover faster.
Temporarily giving up? What?
Come on, take this. It'll help with your
Yeah,
injury.
100%. This is all we have, right? You fumble through your bag to find medicine or wounds and administer it one drop at a time. For the moment, you're worried that the medicine made for ordinary humans might not work on long-life species. The Cloud Knight propped herself up so she could stand. Wait, is she doing better?
Thank
Good.
you.
Very good.
All of you. I feel much better now. Thank goodness you're here. The garrison is up ahead. Are you heading there now? I'll wait there for you.
I'm very glad we could save someone like this because, man, that the Marastruck stuff like makes me feel ill. Huh? Oh, cool. It makes you feel ill. It makes you feel icky. It makes you feel sick. You know, from the first second we heard about those the experimentation and stuff like this as well, with the Vidyahara blood and stuff like this. Sushang's move is so freaking cool. That jumping slash. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Eternal sleep, the dead return!
This music's so freaking good.
You're not going anywhere. This battle is...
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it a million times over, like in other games as well we played.
That's the power of the Cloud Knights.
You tell them. In other games we played as well, I've talked about this too, where I genuinely feel as though immortality is something I would never want. You know what I mean? And something that is like, you know, something that is if something is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. That's probably the best way to always look at it, right? If something is like, if something seems a bit too good, like, oh, you can live forever, you live in without any hope or any pain or suffering and all this stuff, chances are it is too good to be true. You know what I mean?
Take this.
Look how cool Sushang looks. Like, Jesus Christ. That's why I love that she has the chicken in it, because it's so goofy as well, right? It's so goofy. So goofy. Yeah, this is one of the best looking locations. Oh God. Can we jump down there? We probably can. So cool. Yeah, so cool. Oh, there's some Cloud Knights stationed here. Safe zone. Very cool. Okay, we found a safe zone.
Who goes there? Show yourselves! Wait, it's you. Quickly, in here. It's dangerous outside.
Thank you.
You recognize us?
I thought they might recognize Qing Yun.
Are you not the General's guests? The Master Diviner
Oh my
prophesied
God.
your arrival. We were ordered to wait for you under any circumstances.
Incredible. She really can't see so much. Fu Xuan is here?
Yes. The Master Diviner ordered us to remain stationed here and went to scout ahead. They're saying the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have returned. They haven't been seen for an age. The troops are anxious.
That's the thing, and like as I said, we did the Dan Shu quest, and we know that they can be like anywhere, right? They could be any ordinary person. They could be the person that like is right next to you. And again, it's not this thing where like they're gonna reveal themselves all the time like they did in this episode. They're not gonna be like, ooh, I can't wait to make you immortal. You know, they're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Chances are they're probably going to be like a regular dude. Like it's going to be, you know, the baker who's baking bread. You know what I mean? That it's going to be the person that like is, you know, helped you, you know, with your bags as you were like shopping. You know what I mean? It's going to be someone that you don't even know, you know, because they are regular people who have been drawn into this stuff.
It's good that you're here. The Master Diviner said the Knights weren't to move out until you arrived.
So you can move out now?
Please wait in the camp. We'll decide on our next steps once the Master Diviner
If you guys need to go
returns.
and be safe, please. Please do, because we can handle a lot here.
That the Cloud Knights received orders not to advance is a bad sign.
Is it? Well, I guess.
Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I've heard the name before. If memory serves, they're an underground sect of the Abundance that's said to have lain dormant within the Xianzhou, plotting to overthrow the Alliance.
And the phrasing here, they're an underground sect of the Abundance, which means that like it's very much trying to get home the fact that like not everybody who follows the Abundance is going to be like the people in the Sanctus Medicus.
The Stellaron has certainly caused Abundance-like abnormalities. Is that what motivated the disciples to come out of the shadows? No. The Knight's main force remains intact. Something must have happened. Something we're not aware of. The Master Diviner isn't here. Let's head into camp and see what we can learn.
Am I wrong in saying Jin Yuan said that like he thinks that it was the Sanctus Medicus who planted the Stellaron, right? So like, is this like a chicken and egg situation where it's like, you know, did they plant it and then start to come out, or did they come out because it was planted? You know?
Good idea. Why don't you take a look around, benefactors? My feet need a rest.
You take whatever rest you want. For sure. Man, this is so cool seeing like all the soldiers kind of stationed in one place and stuff. It's like, I know like it's not cool to have like a gigantic battle like this happening, right? But there's just something about it, just like you can feel the energy of like, you know, something is about to happen or something did happen as well, you know? Man, the cloudiness in the sky is so freaking cool. It's so cool.
Have you talked with these disciples, benefactor? What do you make
I have
of
talked to
them?
them. We have, haven't we? So I guess because it's no longer part of the main quest, they no longer count it as you talk to them, I guess.
Why would they betray the Loufu? I don't understand.
A lot of pain, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of doubt in the Loufu. You know, some very manipulative people on the top. Like, there's a lot of like stuff that and also like the desire, I think, for like, for a lot of people, for, you know, a motivation to feel like they're, you know, feel like they're better, you know. Yeah. So I guess because it's not part of the main mission, like we say, not yet, but we did talk to like, you know, people in the Sanctus Medicus, 100%. We talked to the main people. This is such a cool location. I remember when I first entered the Loufu, and my first, oh my god, look at the mist on the water, the fog on the water. That's so cool as well.
The Master Diviner has gone ahead with the scouts. Please wait here.
I'm sorry. I just want to see the seaside. I'm sorry. I just want to look at the seaside. You can look at it later. Okay. Please wait here. No, don't try go with the other side. Hey, don't. We can see you. Just go back and wait for the Master Diviner. This is like, if you're ever traveling to the seaside and you see the horizon in the distance, one of the prettiest things in the world, you know what I mean? So freaking cool. Unlocked a core memory. Yeah. There's a ghastly paleness in the face of the residents of the Cloud Knight as you approach him. He nods his head in salute.
Forgive me for being brief. Warfare is a dangerous business. There's no time for idle chat.
How's the situation?
We took over this place a few hours ago under the Master Diviner's command. It was only afterwards that we learned our enemies were none other than the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, those who worship the plague's author. Everything was going as planned. The sorcerers of the disciples and the fantastic creatures they commanded were no match for us. Then, after a while, our comrades suddenly started to slaughter one another.
They became Mara-struck?
Curse it. What Sanctus Medicus sorcery did they use on us? The greatest fear of the Xianzhou people is succumbing to our Mara-struck form around others. To do so means that we have given up on being human, lost the abomination sleeping in our immortal blood, and violated the Rainbow's admonishments.
And again, it all comes back to like gods, right? It all comes back to the idea of like following a god, or an Aeon, I should say in this case. Because like if you think of it like, a lot of like so far the faction ideals that we've seen in Loufu and in this game has been my god's better than your god. My god's better. No, my god's better. Okay, you're dead. Well, you're dead. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like my god's better, so you die. Well, my god's better, so you die. You know, it's like it's horrific.
What the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did are despicable acts that every Alliance resident detests. I swear to the Arbiter that I will avenge my comrades.
And look at, like, it's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. We're constantly, like, it's like, okay, I have to avenge my guys now because they died. Okay, well, then you kill their people. Okay, I have to avenge my people now because they died, you know? It feels like it's a never-ending thing where, and 100%, you need to stop the Marastruck. 110%. I want to make that clear here. I hope I'm never making it sound like, oh no, like, you know, like, I generally do think the Sanctus Medicus are manipulative and horrible, and the stuff that they've done to people, as we've seen, can be absolutely disgusting. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm just trying to make it clear, like, what the idea of, like, you know, hey, my god versus your god, how this, like, violence starts and how it continues. It's actually just really horrific, and it's just absolutely horrible. The Sanctus Medicus 110% is absolutely horrific in what they've done, and we've seen what they've done. They're horrific. Countless Outworlders who long before to become a long-life species have walked the paths. Okay, fair enough. Notice that the famous landmark of the healer's market is a truly natural and harmless. Okay. Very well. They said, hey, buddy. You're lucky if you get to read this as well. Should we pick this up? An open carry by smell of rotten food waits outside. Anyone with sane mind would stay away from it. Yeah, heed the warning, ignore it. If your courage fails over your sanity, you may open it further and take a look. Perhaps food hasn't gone past its expiry date. Yeah, let's just... It's an easy choice to make. Anyone sane would stay away from rotten food. Your sanity prevails, and you just hope that someone will clean it up quickly. Very well. Oh, your disciple. I was like, man, like... A Cloud Knight standing next to the captive. He steps aside after you explain your identity to show him the general's order.
You want to ask questions? Fine. But I must be present the whole way through. This part needs to be recorded as testimony.
Totally understandable.
Finally, someone to talk to. These Cloud Knights
They're
are
so
serious,
confident,
so
right?
boring.
They're so confident, which makes me feel like they think their plan is just going to go through without a hitch. About Celerons.
That shining seed? I've seen it. So beautiful.
Whoa.
If you gaze into it, there's a voice
Oh my
inside
god.
that
Just like
speaks to
Acolia.
Do you still remember Cacolia?
Yes, exactly like Acolia. Yes.
The master said we could inject new life into the ambrosial arbor with it. I didn't believe it at
So
first.
they're even confirming that they pretty much did it. Yeah.
We tried many methods, spending multiple lifetimes of short life species, yet the arbor showed no signs of resurrection. But look upon it now. Only the power of an eon can recreate the miracle. Yes, the mighty Sanctus Medicus, the abundance.
And you see this here as well, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you first talk to them, like, they can just sound like very, like, normal people with, like, a tinge of confidence. And then they get into the whole thing where it's like, yes, the mighty Sanctus Medicus, you know what I mean? It's like they almost, like, are, like, in a trance with this stuff, you know? So they said that, like, they plan to go and make it grow even larger, which it did, about the Ambrosial Arbor.
So you witnessed it too? The ambrosial arbor's resurrection. Magnificent. In the Befall era, so far in the past that even long-life species cannot recall, Sanctus Medicus, the Abundance, gifted the ambrosial arbor to the Xianzhou Loufu. With that sacred tree, humanity realized many miracles. The fallow earth, the western soapberry, the altered flesh.
The altered flesh. Yeah, so this is what we saw this in the databank, but also this was told to us through, like, stories as well. The idea of that this was a gift, but then I feel like it was destroyed then, I think, by the Rainbow Arbiter, right? Am I getting that wrong?
But that devilish archer ruined everything. They twisted right and wrong and erased Sanctus Medicus's achievements. But soon, Soon we will return to the glory of the Befall
So he
era.
wants to go back to this era. So that's something. But it's interesting as well that he says, like, you know, they twisted right and wrong. So from the Sanctus Medicus' position, they see it as like a lying about like what was right and wrong at the time. You know, talking about the morals of the situation at the time were all wrong. And it's interesting they look at that from that perspective.
You've seen the fantastic creatures that fought with us. They are only minor gifts of the Ambrosial Arbor.
Shut it, rambling rodent. The Cloud Knights will root all of you out soon.
He was saying a lot of stuff here that actually would have probably helped. Don't say anything else, Cloud Knight. What did you do to these Cloud Knights?
What did we do? We cured
No.
our kin. It must
No,
hurt to
no,
be
no,
trapped
no,
in
no.
such weak flesh and blood.
No, I hate that idea. I hate that, like, because again, they talk about how like the Xianzhou twisted right and wrong. They're doing that right here as well. The idea of like changing the words around to make it seem a lot better. We cured you, buddy. We cured you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a way to make it. Because if you said what you actually did here, right? Warped a person so badly that they're no longer themselves, and that they're stuck inside this piece of armor, Mara struck for the rest of their life, wandering aimlessly, you know, in this trapped, you know, sickness. If you said that instead of cured, you know what I mean? It probably sounds different, right? It sounds a little bit different.
Scum. If the order allowed, I would cut you down now.
And it's hard not from the Cloud Knight's perspective. Yeah, like it's hard not to be like, yeah, I want to cut this guy down. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about your fellow comrades, like this thing, and using the word cured, that would boil my blood. Boil my blood.
Oh, you don't understand. A short life species couldn't understand. Mara struck? Bah. It's a second life gifted by
Again,
Sanctus Medicus.
changing the words around, right?
To eliminate the self, to achieve transcendence, a life of true freedom. I see a desire for power in your eyes. This life is too short for you, isn't it? I can
He sounds like a creature, so you know, I can help you. You know, like it's like almost like excited about this idea, you know?
Don't listen. His words are
100%. 100 like
we're just having fun, sir.
You're having fun.
Without the blessing of the abundance, you short life species would never be able to endure the transformation.
I don't have any more questions. The way that they were speaking there.
Master Diviner.
Oh,
you're
great.
Back.
Fantastic. Before we talk to Fusho, I want to say, like, the way, like, you know, it's so interesting the way, like, from the Sanctus Medicus position, they're like, you twisted what was right and what was wrong, and you changed the rules, and, you know, all this stuff, and, like, and I'm guessing it is because it's like, hey, you made it, like, seem like we were, like, immoral and all this stuff. But then, like, the Sanctus Medicus, like, their MO is twisting the words around to probably make themselves feel better and make the whole thing seem a lot better as well, in their own delusional head sometimes, where it's like, we cured you. You know what I mean? We gave you a new life, you know? It's kind of like a pyramid scheme. You're your own boss now. You know what I mean? Yeah, you spent all this money, but like think of the freedom you have. You know what I mean? It's like it's so like sleazy in a way to me, you know? So sleazy.
I have kept you waiting, but the deceit of the disciples is laid bare to me
Yeah?
now.
You kept us waiting, all right? Why didn't you tell us about the disciples of Sanctus Medicus earlier? Please tell us the whole truth this time. I think it's okay to ask for this, right? We're on a mission here.
Apologies. To avoid dissemination of intelligence, the General and I kept the involvement
No, that
of the
makes sense.
disciples to ourselves.
That makes sense. I forgot about that. 100%. It's the idea like that, like in worrying that they would be able to, like, you know, figure something out from there.
It is a clandestine organization that seeks to overthrow the Alliance. Before the Stellaron disaster, the disciples had remained veiled in shadow for years. Their emergence reflects their intricate connection to this calamity.
And that's kind of confirmed then if Fushuan is saying it, right? If Fushuan is saying it, then that's kind of confirmed.
The conflict is difficult, Master Diviner, but you have led your forces from the front lines and beyond in pursuit of the enemy. Admirable.
It seems like she's doing a good enough job at the very least.
Hardly. A diviner must acquire first-hand knowledge in order to calculate the future. Collecting intelligence in this way assists me in achieving the right answer.
The music is so freaking good here as well, guys, isn't it? I love the music on the Loufu.
Wait, what's all this about a difficult conflict? The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been scheming for a long time, but our army is in no way inferior.
I think they turned.
How can things be so difficult?
Did they turn the Cloud Knights into Is this a segue into us and joining the fray? Just ask for help already? I mean, I'm up for helping, but I wonder. Yeah, I think that probably the reason why like it is difficult is because they're turning people into Marastruck.
Sharp as always.
Yeah, please. 100%. I can help out in any way you want.
I knew we'd spent too long around the Master Diviner. Now we're predicting the future.
That's very good, March. That's very good.
Let me guess. What are we up to this time? Could it be heading to the front lines? Leading the Cloud Knight charge? Well, try this on for size. Nope. I can't stand any more of this fighting. So there.
Whoa. Marsh is saying I can't deal with this anymore.
Who said you'd be heading to the battlefield?
But I do think that it's interesting from March's perspective to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight anymore. Like, that's an interesting, character detail. Like, this stuff genuinely makes her feel sick, you know? In terms of these large-scale battles.
Jing Yuan's orders. He said that the value of unexpected guests lies in the unexpected. The Cloud Knight's assault was to demonstrate our power to the enemy head-on. Now it is time for the unexpected.
So this was the demonstration? Just a demonstration? I think some people have turned into Marastruck and have suffered.
Please, come with me.
I'm very interested to see what's going to happen now. Very interested.
After receiving the Ambrosial Arbor, the Alchemy Commission was once the Loufu's most vital commission. After all, it was they who changed the Xianzhou natives into long-life species. They also developed many incredible technologies from the tree
Right, we
itself.
heard about this as well, right? And how they were reduced to basically just being doctors in the end.
The alchemists grew discontented and began to obsess over the manipulation of life. Research into the arbor poisoned their minds. The more they pursued it, the more they longed
Jesus,
for it.
man.
Morning bells
Look
chime
at that.
in a dream. Evening mist gathers around me.
Wait, the mist has like a story
Do you see
purpose? It's so pretty.
What huge elixir crucibles. There's still smoke coming
That
out of them.
is so freaking cool.
This is where the alchemists practiced the way of immortality in ancient times. They erected elixir crucibles here to absorb the power of the arbor, turning fantasy into reality. Since the smoke from the crucibles never ceases, this place was named Eve Mist Mansion.
Evis Mansion.
An elegant name, but as far as the art of war is concerned, it's a death trap. As long as the crucibles are lit and the smoke continues to linger, we cannot get any closer.
So at this point, no one's been able to get even like near it.
This is why the Cloud Knights lost control and became Mara-struck?
Interesting.
Indeed. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus infuse the smoke that permeates this delve with medicinal pellets that elicit Mara.
That's pretty freaking dark. Right? That's pretty freaking dark.
Unless the Cloud Knights were able to march with their breath held, they would be doomed to fall into disarray. Moreover, no one can know whether their comrade was about to be stricken with Mara. Is there anything better than fear for destroying the morale of an army?
And destroying the morale of an army is like one of the most important things you can do. I know I'm like there's real-time war strategies to do this. Like, you know, there's like different things you can do to actually like do this stuff, but I feel like it's, you know, maybe better to look at it from a fantastical perspective, because I feel like I don't want to, you know, talk about real stuff that happens in the world, you know, well, we do talk about real stuff happens in the world, but like I don't want to give direct examples of like some, you know, traumatic situations sometimes. But like I don't know, actually a good example would be Lord of the Rings, right? There's a part in Lord of the Rings movies where they send and this is such a horrible thing. Skip to this part if you don't want to hear this. They send the heads of their fallen comrades into Minas Tirith. They send it into Minas Tirith into all the troops. And this is it's not to hurt anyone, it's not to kill anyone, it's to literally break their morale. So when they look in the ground, they see their faces, their morale is broken. And the thing with breaking morale is that a lot of battles are won by excitement and hope. You know what I mean? A lot of battles are won by the idea that we can do this. As soon as everyone starts thinking we can't do this, and like, I don't, like in this case, I don't know who's Mara. I don't know who's going to be destroyed. I don't know who's going to be killed. What if this person's not my friend? What if this person is only pretending? What if this, all this stuff? That stuff like will play on your mind and you can't focus on the battle at all.
The Cloud Knight's first assault was just a cover. You're using the main army to attract the enemy's attention, while we douse the elixir crucibles and stop the smoke.
Okay.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus renounced their century of secrecy and chose to reveal themselves, meaning they feel confident of victory. But no matter how well prepared they may be, their focus has always been the Cloud Knights. They are completely unaware of your existence and capacity, and in short, cannot be prepared against you.
The smoke can't affect us. Why not get the Foxians and Vidyahara to try? Music is gorgeous, isn't it?
Indeed. This demonic vapor is a weapon targeted against the Cloud Knights. The ambrosial arbor is taboo for the Loufu, and the Xianzhou alliance has always been fiercely independent. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus could never have guessed that the general would seek outside help. They won't be prepared against short-life species.
So, it's almost like an unknown variable, right?
Is this what General Jing Yuan meant by unexpected guests?
I wouldn't hazard a guess. All I can say is that the predictions of the Stellaron hunters were more accurate than
wow.
The future that Kafka seeks is becoming reality. One step at a time.
Does Kafka follow an Aeon? I know like sometimes I get mixed up with that story. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to act according to their predictions. This is the only way. I think you know, like, I'm kind of a believer in Kafka and Elio's predictions. I kind of am. I very much am.
Rather, only this way leads to the known best result. If we can afford to choose, then none would choose to leap off a cliff.
Yes, that's such a, like, I know like it's such like it seems like such a simple thing, but it's like, yeah, if everyone could choose the good thing and the best thing in life, of course they would.
Besides, this is not my decision alone. The duty of the Master Diviner is to bring luck and avoid misfortune. I don't want my choice to plunge the Loufu into a terrible future. To return to the matter at hand, only you can douse the elixir crucibles without being harmed by them. What say you?
I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it.
Fine. I didn't hear a please, but seeing as we do kind of have superpowers around here, Mr.
I guess you could look at it that way, right? I love March so much.
I will come at once when the smoke dissipates. You won't be left to fend for
Thank
yourselves.
you. Thank you very much. Holy hell, man. Like, we have to douse this mist over here. I can see there's like Marastruck down there. 100% I can see Marastruck down there as well. Yeah, like I feel like Fu Xuan is going to be such a great leader. In terms of like, again, in terms of like, you know, what this Xianzhou could have as well.
I feel like even though long life species get to live forever, they aren't so different from us short life species when it comes to worries and suffering.
Yeah, worries and sufferings can be very universal in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, some people are in better positions in life than other people. That's, you know, goes without saying. But yeah, I do think that she would be, like, a very good strategist and someone who, like, I think, again, I know it's, like, a lot of it's thinking far ahead, but I think she does, like, put a lot of, like, you know, a thought process into what could happen next. And again, you can say, like, well, she's a diviner, she's supposed to. Yeah, 100%, but I feel like she utilizes that in a very good way, you know what I mean? You taking a deep breath?
What? It's not
oh my
too late
god.
to practice holding my breath.
Why is that kind of adorable? You seem quite alright.
We're still far from the elixir crucibles. I'm no healer, but I do know that dosage is important in the application of poisons.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Even so... Okay, I admit it. I'm terrified. I'm still young. I don't want to become Marastruck so soon.
No, that's totally freaking understandable. Then you better return to the home front?
Out of the question. Jing Yuan gave me authority over the Cloud Knights.
There it is.
If I can't stand on the front lines, then how can I succeed him
Yeah,
as
it's
a
a big thing for her.
How can I win the hearts of the people?
Oh my god, yeah, this has been a big thing for her for a while, right? The idea of like, you know, success, being a successor, proving themselves to Jin Yuan, and also proving themselves to the people as well. It's a big thing for them. Is that smoke really safe though?
Do you not trust me?
I trust you, but I think it's okay to ask the question.
If I told you I wasn't certain, would you turn back on the spot?
Do a divination.
No need. Aside from divinations and calculations, my instincts are accurate too. Though I'm sure a little reassurance wouldn't hurt. You don't know what being Mara-struck actually means, do you? The healers believe that the Mara-struck condition is related to memories. Unsurprisingly, long-life species have long lifespans, but there is a limit to the brain's capacity. After centuries and millennia, a long-life species' emotional threshold becomes higher and higher. Simultaneously, their memories fade and become dull under the erosion of time, leaving behind only the most extreme and vivid recollections.
We heard this in the quest previously, right?
To be memories full of anguish and regret.
I think we heard something about this previously, the idea of like, maybe it's just because we had the Dan Shu quest where it was like, you know, your memories become so vivid and like just the horrible stuff is left behind and things like this. But it is pretty crazy that like something like this is how it works as well, because this would be painful.
Do you understand now? The fate of all long-life species is to no longer feel joy and happiness, left only with hatred and regret etched into the heart. Under such extreme conditions, a person's ego starts to crumble. And that is the beginning of the Mara-struck condition.
So we have like this, like, you know, really big confirmation here of the idea that like, yeah, like it's a crumbling of the ego, which is an interesting way to put it. Like it's a crumbling of an ego.
Short-life species don't need to worry about this. Feel better?
I feel better about myself, but not about like everything else.
I do. I never had memories to begin with.
Oh, March.
No, you still don't understand.
Oh, I love her so much.
The condition isn't caused by memories, but by the emotional threshold having been... Never mind. You can regard it as a memory issue.
It's because they can't hold any more emotions, right? So they only remember the horrible times? How large is Sanctus Medicus' forces?
Only a handful of converted alchemists and healers. They can drive fantastic creatures into battle and strengthen their bodies with medicinal pellets. But they are no match for the Cloud Knights. That's why they decided to spread this demonic vapor.
So it's like a side tactic.
There is a gulf in strength between us, yet they still emerged into the open and rebelled. Something isn't right. They must be waiting for some shift in fortune.
I think it's such an interesting way to have it as well.
Once when the crucibles are doused and the smoke dissipates.
Sure. And she took the deep breath again. Like, yeah, I think that's such an interesting way to put it as well, because it's almost like basic, you know, strategy. It's like, why are they attacking now? They don't have the forces. That means they have something else planned. That means they have something else in mind, right? And that means that, you know, what they did here is like a big aspect of that too. It's such like a straightforward but interesting way of like having all this happen, you know? Oh my god, look at this. Oh. This is look, it's all broken apart as well. This is kind of spooky, isn't it? It's kind of spooky. Let me down, I'm ready.
Wait, Miss Ting-Yun, why are you still here? You're too close to the crucible.
Yeah, wait, what?
Thank you for the concern, but I'm fine. The general commanded me to stay with you. I dare not go against military orders.
Are you sure?
Your life is more important, Miss Ting-Yun. Go back. We can explain.
110%.
There's really no need. I've spent my years traveling the universe. Not to mention, I'm younger and stronger.
I have no doubt that you're strong.
Even you benefactors have probably lived longer than me.
But I mean, if she knows more about like foxes than we do, I guess. But still, like, I would kind of be worried. You know what I mean? I'd be very worried.
Dodge this. Still in the recount.
Love this battle theme. The game was loading there for a second.
Get it now? That's the power of the Cloud Knight.
Oh my god, we played chicken there. Not chicken, we played like almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors, and I won.
I shall be the judge.
Want to see what I can do?
Su Shang's so freaking fun to use.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength. Let me dodge this.
So good. Love using Su Shang. And the battles go by so quickly, you know what I mean? Man, this mist is so, like the ambiance of this area, the beauty of this area is added to by the mist. You know what I mean? The mist makes it feel like so interesting as well. I love that move so much.
Recount. Want to see what I can do? Take this! Shape of Titan Rise, Venus! Troublesome. Dodge this!
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Like, the battles will go by so quickly. They really are.
Power of the Cloud Knights.
They did not see that coming. They did not see any aspect of that fight coming.
I shall be the judge.
I feel like I could have shouted fight and they would have been like, huh?
The will of the 10 lords, the 10 lords' decree, hereby ordained.
Let me through! You're not going anywhere! This battle is unavoidable.
I also like, we'll talk about there in a second as well. I do think that they did a good job of showing like how dangerous this really could be by showing like someone as powerful as Fu Shuren is like really scared of it too, you know what I mean?
You'll pay for this.
Still in enough.
I'll see you.
Wait, we still haven't doused the burners.
Oh, we have to. Oh, we didn't douse the burners. Oh, are these the burners we have to douse?
Seems like the smoke is getting thinner.
Not thin enough. We need to hurry.
What happened there? Oh, it was the volume.
Turn it off. Why did you turn it on?
Did I turn it on by accident? My bad. Actually, I think I want to go back here. Because if we're coming up on a battle, right?
Can't see the smoke anymore.
It might be good to do this.
Let's wait.
Excellent. I'll lead my troops to the rendezvous.
She was holding her breath that whole time. Again, it's like very like, it's funny, but also like shows the weight of what's happening here as well, right? It is like a lot of scary stuff here. Look at the light shining down this too. Yeah, this seems like a boss of some kind.
So, you succeeded in dousing the elixir cauldrons.
Master of the disciple Sanctus Medicus. Wait, are there more masters than just Dan Shu?
Unimportant. The inevitable is already upon us.
Wait.
Dan Shu.
It is Dan Shu!
It's you.
What the hell? I was like, wait a second. Cause it was almost like the hair color and also like kind of like the bindings over the eyes and stuff. I guess I was like, is that? Oh my freaking god! What's happened?
I have met you before in my capacity as chief alchemist, master.
Holy hell!
You don't seem surprised.
This design as well. I was like, oh, is there more than one master? It's like, no, like this is Dan Shu.
Indeed. The general and I knew that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus must be hiding in the
Frickin'
alchemy
hell.
commission. However, without evidence, we couldn't bring charges before the commissions. We had to wait for you to show yourself.
And they did. What, man? That like, from seeing like Dan Shu and like caring so much about Dan Shu and then seeing like Dan Shu like this again. Insane.
And now your charges are many. Drawing Stellaron spirits into the Xianzhou, resurrecting the Ambrosial Arbor, striking down our people with Mara.
Oh my god, look at her.
The 10 Lords Commission will address these transgressions during your reckoning.
Like, I think when she was still in her ordinary outfit, it kind of made her like feel like more how do I say, like, more grounded, a little bit still. But like, this seems like she's full on, like, you know, with the plague's author. You know what I mean? Like, full on.
Crimes.
Oh, even the voice.
I am guilty, but all of our Xianzhou ancestors are also guilty. They were the ones who accepted the blessings of the abundance and turned their descendants
Holy freaking
into
hell.
long-life species.
So she's saying, like, hey, like, if I'm wrong, then all the those people are wrong too. But I feel like a lot of people do feel like those people of the ancestors are wrong. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm just like, I read into it wrong.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus are only walking on the road our ancestors once took. How is it a crime to seek ascendance?
No. Just because your ancestors did it doesn't mean it's right. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way you should look at anything.
In days of old,
look at this design.
The ambrosial arbor enveloped the Xianzhou Loufu like a living creature. We controlled the stellar seas, and none could stand in our way. Everyone could become celestial and shift form at will. Divine miracles descended onto all 9 Xianzhou ships. What a glorious time that was.
All this sounds terrifying. All this sounds terrifying, Dan Shu.
How far the Xianzhou has fallen. We consent to be commanded by the devilish archer. Suffer continuously at the hands of the denizens of abundance. And the Ten Lords Commission even forces us to give up our immortality.
Oh my freaking god. And here's the thing, I want to make it clear as well. I also believe the archer is devilish. I also believe the archer is 100% devilish. But like, I feel like this is like, I don't know, like, by the way, also mentioning the denizens of the abundance, which again, another thing of separating the abundance from the actual Sanctus Medicus, right? Holy freaking hell, man.
How pitiful.
Pitiful?
I do not blame you for your ignorance. We were not born in the era when the ambrosial arbor first descended, nor did we witness its miracles.
That's all the reason to not go for this.
We now have an opportunity to restore the ancient laws.
You know what I mean? This feels like, and this happens in real life too, where people will like fight over stuff that happened, you know, that they weren't even around for. You know what I mean? Like, there's like there's a thing in like, I know it's like sounds like, there's a thing in like Ireland where like people now, like young people will fight for a cause that happened like 30 years ago and they weren't even born. And all the people that were around for that are like, man, please don't do that again. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such a crazy thing to like, you know, base things on your ancestors.
Forgive me for thinking you might have harbored some profound enlightenment. Yours is the same old talk of those who seek power and give up on their humanity.
I think that Dan Shu has given up on humanity and we know why. We saw the story of why. They no longer seek to do things the normal way because they feel like the normal way led to the death of their loved one. It led to them not being able to see their loved one. Like they went through so much pain just to be able to see Yufei, and it was the archer, the devilish archer himself, I believe, that was the one who killed her in the end.
Our Xianzhou ancestors fought side by side with the Arbiter, laid waste to the Arbor, and established the Ten Lords Commission to lay down the lines between life and death. In doing so, we enshrined our future as human beings. Celestials? There are no Celestials on the Xianzhou. The divine miracles of the abundance, the manipulation of life and death. Your deeds are nothing but
and
evil.
This is what I see, by the way. Like it's a twisting of words, right? It's like turning people into Marastruck is bad. It's bad. It's disgusting what's happened to them. We saw firsthand what this can do. And to call it like divine miracles, it's like as the same way they call it curing or giving you a new life. It's to make it seem like it is like this some like I think to actually you described it here like this profound enlightenment, but it's not. It's horrible.
I have nothing to say to you, Master Diviner. You have already made your decision. You have discarded power. A most foolish choice.
And his desire for power comes from a feeling of feeling down and less than, right? Feeling powerless. The desire for power comes a feeling of being powerless. And in this case, they take it to the point that now, you know, I feel like they truly believe like everything they're saying. What? Oh, I thought we were fighting Dan Shu. Dan Shu is a sick design.
To show you what the Celestials were capable of.
What a great interaction between the two of them there though as well. Like I really feel like they they set that up in a really really interesting way. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Oh, that's my bad. It's my bad. I should have did the skill first. I don't know why I did that. I guess just like sometimes instinctually you'll do that normal attack. But hey, what can you do?
Lend me your strength. You're not going anywhere.
But yeah, I'm 100% of the mind, and that's
We've entered the storm.
my feelings on it. I think a lot of people agree. Like the Sanctus Medicus, like twist the hell out of their words to make the idea of turning someone into a Marastruck seem like a really, really, really amazing thing. You know what I mean? They do this.
Recount. You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Here we are. We're actually fighting her.
Hear my call.
Holy hell. Let's go.
Dodge this. Take this. Shape of time. Rise, Venus.
Let's try and get 4 attacks out of this.
You're not going anywhere.
We're gonna get something out. We're not gonna get 4 attacks right away.
Still in denial.
Oh, like less. We have less health
I
now.
shall be the judge. This battle is unavoidable.
I wonder if we get a. Oh god. Oh, because we used that. That's my bad. That's my bad.
I'll see you off.
Let's try and just build up some buffs.
Eternal sleep.
That's an interesting attack, right? To give you less health. I actually kind of like it. Makes the battle feel like a bit more dangerous, right?
I will remember your kindness.
So if we get another buff, will it remove our other stuff?
Lord's decree, hereby ordained.
No. Let's go. Such an interesting change of a design for Dan Shu here as well.
Lend me your strength. Let me through.
Why?
She said. Who's she?
The ambrosial arbor's descent will bring us undying bodies.
Undying bodies.
The one who gave us the Stellaron said that.
The one who gave it to you.
Phantylia. The disciples of Sanctus
Phantylia?
Medicus have fulfilled our promise.
Who's Phantylia?
You, Lord Ravager, must do the same. Now, quickly.
Wait.
Little pawn.
Huh?
Must you force me to intervene directly?
No.
I'm loath to flout my philosophy of destruction.
No, wait, what? Xingyun!
Never mind.
No!
It would seem the time has come for other means of dismantling the Xianzhou from...
Stop! What the hell has happened here?
What a shame.
Oh my god, the walk here as well? Everyone's just in awe. Everyone's in shock. Wait.
It would have been nice
Did Fushuan
to
see this?
observe for a little longer.
Wait, look at her. Oh.
You received the gift of abundance.
What the freaking hell?
Surely you can stand the blessing.
What the freaking hell?
Destruction.
Wait, they were in Xingyun's body. Did they just snap her neck?
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Wait.
I am Lord Ravager Phantylia. I have come with a single purpose. To set in motion the self-destruction
What the
of the
freaking hell? Were they inside Xingyun's body?
Is the Lord Ravager of the anti
The Lord Ravager!
But how can that be? Keep calm, all of you. This is a
Holy
formidable
freaking
enemy.
hell.
We have to stay together.
Oh, the freaking the antimatter legion is here. Look at this. Wait, did they snap Xingyun's neck? And this music's well. Oh my god, the Lord Ravager, the frickin' Antimatter Legion.
Recount.
Jesus frickin' Christ, guys. Holy frickin' hell. That facial expression. We could have gone for an extra attack there, but I didn't know it was gonna appear like that.
Lend me your strength.
We can go for 2 attacks here now, though, right?
Take this.
This is insane, guys. This is so insane.
You're not going anywhere.
You chose the wrong enemy.
We've entered the storm.
Did you see that facial expression into like the snap of the neck? The frickin' Lord Ravager, the Antimatter Legion.
Bloom.
You're the best.
I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to do that. I was just like in a trance right now, guys.
You'll pay for this.
Jesus freaking Christ, this game, guys. This game.
Want to see what I can do?
This game.
Dodge this.
And they're not Mara-struck, right? They're not Mara-struck. We gotta build up some stuff here.
By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained. You're not going anywhere. Take this. Shape of the Rise Fetus.
The Sushang Bronya combo, one of my favorite things in the history of the universe. Legitimately so. I love it so much.
I'll see you off.
But obviously we have to do the combo right, and I haven't done it right twice in a row now. But it's okay.
You are fortunate that Zephyro and Selenova never set their gaze upon
Zephyro and Selenova.
They have no qualms about dealing out destruction by their own hand.
This has changed the tone of everything.
But since that stubborn general of yours has forced me to take center stage, I'll make sure I steal the show.
What the frickin' hell?
Eternal sleep is not the end.
My apologies for leaving so soon, but I have an appointment to keep. I'm sure my friends here will be happy to...
Phantylia. What an entrance, what a
The dead return!
I nearly feel sick. I feel like I need several breaks after this.
I shall be the judge. Let me through! You're not going anywhere! This battle is unavoidable.
I kind of just want I'm like, and this is one I love battling this game. This is one of the few times I've like tried to like get through the battle because I want to hear like the talk after this so badly. You know what I mean? I'm like,
you'll pay for
you know, I'm like, I need to get into this, please. Let's wait for this as well.
Recount. Want to see what I can do? Dodge this. Take this.
So crazy.
Shape of the Rise
So crazy.
Fetus.
Got rid of that guy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength. Want to see what I can do?
That's it. That's it. That's it. Now.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you really saying that Miss Ting Yun was a member of the anti-matter?
It looked like it was like it possessed her or something.
And what was that fire that came out of her? And her body? Where did it go?
It was so crazy. It was like there's like a snap of the neck, and then like the fire came. Oh, crazy.
Mr. Yang, you're smart. What happened?
Oh my god, and that's so sweet. The March is like, please, and even says like they turned into, you know, to Welt. Of course. Oh god, a sigh from Welt.
The flame we witnessed claimed to be Lord Ravager Phantylia, a name I've heard other nameless speak of in the past.
Jesus freaking Christ, the way he's saying this.
She's one of 7 Lord Ravagers who serve and finds pleasure in witnessing the self-destruction of mortals. She's led countless souls down a dark.
They're really setting up Final Boss the Nuke, aren't they?
Meaning that Ting Yun had long since fallen under the Lord Ravager's influence?
So this whole time, like, our guide, who, like, seemed pretty cool, was actually, like, Antimatter Legion.
I don't believe so. Phantylia revels in watching a corrupted mind eating away its host from inside out. until the obliteration of both is achieved. But there was no indication that Ting Yun had been misguided or manipulated. It's possible that the Ting Yun we knew wasn't her true self, but an image Phantylia devised to serve her.
And that would make sense because, again, that's the snap, right? That is to say Ting Yun, like, it's maybe I'm wrong and maybe it was just a sound effect. It sounded like she, like, snapped her neck.
You're saying that the real Ting Yun is still...
I'm sorry, March. I can't say with any certainty where the real Ting Yun may be, or at what point she was replaced by the imposter. Without knowing where the
that's
body
terrifying.
vanished to, it'll be tough to get an answer.
And, like, for Dan Shu to, like, beg as well, Phantylia, please, like, you know, you held up I held up my end of the bargain, you know what I mean? And then she came along and, like, just destroyed everyone in a second?
At this point, it's all just conjecture and hope. But if that body belonged to the real Ting Yun, it does raise the question of why Phantylia would go to such lengths to destroy any evidence of her. Wouldn't it be more in line with her destructive nature to leave Ting Yun's remains behind as a display of power?
Like, she almost would get, like, something out of this, I guess, like some like showing how strong she is, or, like, you know, loving our pain of looking at Ting Yun's body, right?
I believe this to be Phantylia's goal. To sow seeds of doubt among us and ensnare us in
That's so sadistic, right? It's not even like this, like, major, like, physical goal in a way. There is physical aspects to it. It's literally like just to make us all feel like everything is effed, right?
It's clear that the sudden resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus is all connected to the Lord Ravager. Pretending to be a Xianzhou citizen, planting a Stellaron in the Loufu, all part of her plan to bring about our self-destruction.
And she gains joy in that. She apparently loves seeing things destroy itself from the inside out.
Phantylia is aiming for the ambrosial arbor. If she succeeds, the Loufu will be deprived of its roots, making its destruction all too easy.
Holy hell.
We must stop her.
This is such a fantastic, like, terrifying, you know, chilling, you know, sick-inducing. I feel sick. Like, reveal.
We need to take a star skiff to Scale Gorge Water.
Let's go.
The ambrosial arbor can be sealed from that delve.
Undestroyed letter?
Let's make haste.
This scene, oh, there's a chest over here, was insane, right? Like, and it was one of those things where it's like, you think one thing's gonna happen, another thing. I could have fully, like, expected, like, Dan Shu to, like, have, like, something up their sleeve and, like, fight back and, like, escape or something. But in this sense, we got, like, and I wonder, like, is there signs that I saw before from Ting Yun, right? And I probably could look back on, like, maybe some other stuff. Maybe I'd actually kind of want to, like, to see if, like, they said anything, like, weird or, like, were acting, like, funny at any point, you know what I mean? Because, like, to me, like, they always just seem like a pretty, like, you know, kind and, like, but, like, down-to-earth person or Foxian. I wonder what, like, we could see back then. Yeah, like, I feel so, like, I'm chilled. I, like, not like, oh, I'm relaxing. I mean, like, I have, like, chills over my body. I feel, like, rather, like this was a lot. This was a whole lot. And they said they're working for a nuke, but they're gonna seek joy in, like, destroying this Xianzhou from the inside.
That imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses.
How
utterly despicable.
Right in front of everybody.
What worries me more is just how many more antimatter saboteurs are at
And what if they're
large.
here in this Xianzhou? About Ting Yun?
It all happened so suddenly. But looking back, I think Mr. Yang was right. Ting Yun was
Wait.
strangely. She was fascinated with the Abundance's creations.
Oh my god, she was. She was. Do you remember she was always like, oh my god, to see this thing, you know, it's amazing, you know, to be able to see. She was, when the arbor grew, she was, like, so excited. Oh my god.
Since she was an Amicastor dispatched by the Skyfaring Commission, it's evident that there must indeed be a person with her name in the commission. We'll have to let the Cloud Knights get to the bottom of what happened to the real Ting Yun.
Holy hell.
As for the Ting Yun who accompanied us all that way, it's like what Mr. Yang said. Her appearance was designed to sow seeds of doubt among us. We cannot allow ourselves to fall into
It's a manipulative trap, right? It's the idea of like, is there more? Who else is bad? You're like, can we trust me? Can you trust Stella? Can you trust any of these characters? You know what I mean? About the Scare Lord's waterscape.
It is a delve governed by the Vidyadhara. Supposedly an ancient oceanic region transferred from the Vidyadhara home planet. After the Ambrosial Arbor was broken in two during the war, its roots were left gnarled and broken. Yet it never died.
I wonder if this is going to have an interesting look to it as well.
The Alliance decided to seal the arbor within Scale Gorge waterscape, entrust it to the High Elders of the Vidyadhara, and rely on the power of long scions to constrain it. It has been so long. No one knows whether the seal remains.
Man.
Even if it does, I doubt it will hinder that spectral Lord Ravager.
That is once again terrifying to say. Like this has like such like the constraints by the Vidyadhara, and then like this Lord Ravager can just like break this in an instant. Where's Jin Yuan?
I've reported the current situation to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He made no further contact after we communicated at the Matrix of Prescience. He said he had important matters to personally attend to. The situation stands on the edge of a precipice. We must trust in the Jedi.
Well, I guess we have to. Time is the essence. Let's go. This is a little while ago. Oh my god!
This is...
More of this crew. I'm so glad we can see this crew. Actually, this is exactly what I need after all this. This is more than I need. Wait, we're here? Are we at this place?
Huh? You're pretty familiar with this place. Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military broadcasts on the way over. Something about the Cloud Knights gathering here, right? They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem. It's been such a long journey, but now we're finally gonna meet some Cloud Knights. I'll be back with my
That's
unit.
really nice to hear, I guess, as well. I love this crew, by the way, and like I'm like sweating, guys. I didn't think after all this stuff that's happened, genuinely like this is like such like a, you know, something probably darker is gonna happen as well, but like, you know, needed.
I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though
The smile on
it did
Loach's
take
face.
A bit of a detour.
It's okay. It's okay.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chances and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest.
Meaning?
Meaning, thank you, Miss Sushan.
So let's get like a little bit of a deciphering here. So before I started, I had a diviner read my fortune's journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chance to travel with the current reap to reap the great harvest. So it's like, don't be concerned with just getting to the where you're going at the fastest. Go with the route that will get you like the most out of it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I think she's so sweet.
I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain.
She's so sweet.
You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
Saying, oh, wait, so it's actually like the fellowship has ended? No. A new message from Stell this time around. Cloud Knights invite us to go with them. Your homeland's got some really big crucibles. Oh my god, why is it like, I know this is like a really serious thing, but like, I love that she's like sending pictures to like Dan Heng as well, you know? Alright, Elixir Furnace. Why are you the order of the Elixir Furnace? Message failed to send. That's so interesting.
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade?
I love having like a separate like group right on the other side of things as well, not knowing exactly what the other group is doing and vice versa.
I've delayed for too long. I need more information.
We still can't Oh. Pause and save? So this is a challenge here as well. Dragons mislay and dreams astray. Optional talk with people in the market to understand what is happening. Because I was thinking like of the thing that happened before. Oh, this is the area. This is the area. Yeah. That we were in before. Wait, did we just miss them? There's no way. We just missed them. That feels... I want the reuniting of the trio so badly, you know?
What's up?
I need to go?
Go? Go where? The Loufu is under lockdown. The Cloud Knight's operation isn't over yet. Relax. When the fight is over, I'll personally escort you and Mr. Locha.
Honestly, that sounds amazing, but I think Dan Heng is starting to feel the urgency of this situation, right? Especially with, like, wondering where Blade is, wondering what's happening, like, with Stell. You know? For sure. Talk people in the market as an optional thing? So is that, like, Locha and stuff?
You haven't been back home for a long time, have you, Master Dan Heng?
Lie, this is my own. How did you know?
As home draws nearer, so our feelings grow stronger. I can see it in your eyes. Do you want to leave? Then do it now.
He kind of like is able to like predict how Dan Heng is feeling, I guess.
The Cloud Knights will soon check our identities. I have somewhere else to be. I've tarried here.
Oh my god, the fellowship is ending.
Where are you going?
I'm a traveling merchant. I have one more deal to see through.
Okay. Holy hell, man. Who are we talking? Wait, can we talk to this guy as well? Wait, is he getting Mara-struck?
The Master must have failed to summon the protection of Sanctus Medicus. Her will must have wavered.
Yep. Oh, so this just happened right now.
Just you wait. I'll show you the blessing of Sanctus Medicus.
This is one of the most incredible things they've done, because like when people do stories like this where they show like two different sides to the story every single time, it can 100% feel clunky sometimes. But the way they've done this is like, as a storytelling technique, has been so smooth and so interesting that I get excited for going back and forth between Dan Heng and Stell's story as well. And then for the eventual time where they hopefully reunite, it's going to be amazing. But it seems like we're just missing each other a few times here. Can we talk to you?
I heard that Starskiff connections are being reinstated. The people stranded at the Alchemy Commission should all be able to leave soon.
So who else do we talk to? In terms of optional conversations, is there someone up here maybe? I saw some people talking over here. Here?
The Master was defeated?
Oh my god.
No, that cannot be.
That's so this unshakable faith has finally been shook. You know what I mean? Who's the optional conversations we're having here? You know what I mean? Am I just not seeing things? Can we have a talk?
Seems this road is...
Yeah, 100%. No, I know. But like, I also want to like see if we can optionally talk to people. Oh, here we go.
Good news from the front lines. The disciples over at Eve Mist Mansion have been defeated.
Okay. So we're able to like learn bits and pieces as we're going by here. Yeah, there's more soldiers over here.
Those travelers defeated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Won't that make us seem...
No, you did... No, the general did good delegation.
I need to find a way to make this report sound more impressive.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, do whatever you need to do.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus started a rebellion in the Alchemy Commission. The Cloud Knights have the area locked down. It's not safe. Please, remain here for now. We will send someone to escort you back once the operation is over.
Disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
Lunatics, all of them. You saw the ambrosial arbor, I assume? I heard that's the work of those sorcerers. Still, I can't say too much. Military secrecy.
Fair enough.
The Arbor's resurrection is connected to the Disciples' rebellion. I've heard those names before, but when? How did the others get drawn into all this?
Have you seen any Outworlders? Donga briefly describes the captain, the appearance of March 7th and the crew. Of course, March 7th first.
You must be talking about the general's
Besties.
guests. Are they your friends? Oh, what a coincidence. They left with the Master Diviner not long ago. And it's all thanks to their courageous work that the Knights don't have to worry about the poison in Eve Mist Mansion. I received the good news from the front lines. They'll probably be back
What do you think, Dan Heng? Thanks, that's all I wanted to know.
Strange. You
Oh?
seem oddly familiar to me. Never mind. Too many misfortunes recently. I can hardly think
That's interesting, right? So we did the optional thing there as well. Yeah, like, I love that they're giving us, like, the indication of what happened here, and Dan Heng's able to find out here, and he's very interested in what's finding out, what's going to be found out here, too. But, like, did you guys feel this as well when you played this? The energy has shifted. The air feels different. You know what I mean? The whole energy of this place feels different. We have, like, a situation now. We went from, like, fighting the Sanctus Medicus and, you know, almost, like, having, like, a better and better knowledge of our enemy as time went on. I feel like we did have a better knowledge of Dan Shu as time went on, especially with the mission we did as well. And now, just in very, like, in my opinion, good writing perspectives, we got to, like, a point where we defeated Dan Shu, but a whole new host of questions has opened, a new terrifying presence has appeared. It's all very, terrifying. It all is very terrifying to me, and especially with like the stuff with the nuke and like having like more disciples. There could be more disciples of the nuke like around here as well. That's terrifying. Okay, let's try to leave now as well. I'm so interested in this Phantylia stuff. I'm so interested in it. Let's go. By the way, we haven't done it in a while, but like to make us feel better. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. He's so pretty. Look at him. You all look at him now. Actually, I could probably just do this for a 2-hour video. Biggest watch time I've ever had in my life. It's like gajillion views. Some people put, you know, pretty ladies in their thumbnails. I just need Dan Heng. That's all I need.
I'm sorry. I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey.
That's so... Because again, Su Shang, like, he knows that, like, you know, Su Shang is waiting to bring us back as well, and I love that he still has the acknowledgement of being like, thank you so much. That's Yang Xing, right? And be careful. If I alert the Knights, they might take interest in me.
If I alert the Knights, they might take an interest in me.
But I love that he, like, that's such a nice touch, you know? After everything that happened with Jing Lui as well. Oh, we're walking slowly. Whoa. What happened there?
What a huge cauldron.
A past echo?
This aureate cauldron is driven by the cloud hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ancient sea like a whale swallows the tide and refines it into medicinal pellets.
So the cauldrons drink the water of the sea and turns it into pellets. And this is someone from the Long Scions, I guess? But why is Dan Heng feeling this right now? It's always like, I think it's like what they've done with the Dan Heng story here is like, again, it's one of the most interesting stories. I wanted to find out what's happening with him as well. But whenever I see Dan Heng in distress, it's like seeing the toughest, you know, person in like the movie cry. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, I want him to be able to like feel how he's feeling. You know what I mean? Of course. But it's always like really hard to watch because you're like that's you know, he's usually so like not serious, but he's usually so like, you know, steeled in a lot of ways. And he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Prettiest character in the world.
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn
magic.
You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. So this is like, I guess when they were like making these elixirs?
Uh-huh. But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, cloud hymn magic is just the beginning.
Of Vidyadhara Mirajago? Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse?
So let me just so the idea, it's like all the elixirs of crucibles of Vidyadhara have helped to construct a contain cloud him magic. But I don't need any sort of device that can command water. And then saying you were indeed chosen with endless potential, yet cloud him magic is just the beginning. So it's like there's more to this as well. So why can Dan Heng see this?
These memories.
These memories?
No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
Wait. These memories. So this is...
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
Hold on a second, though.
But I don't...
This is the same as that they said before. Is this Dan Heng? This kid? But... they're talking about Vidyadhara magic, right? And elixirs.
They say that you're Lung's power incarnate. Is that true?
Wait. Wait.
Lung.
Wait.
I was exiled from the Xianzhou. I'm no longer one of the scions of permanence.
But the way to describe that, though, you're...
They say that you're
Lung's power incarnate. Incarnate? Like the resurrected version of, like... Lung? What the hell?
I doubt I will be here to see you take charge.
Take charge?
No need to feel aggrieved. Vidyadhara go through cycles of life and death, existing forever in this world.
What is...
By the time you are the High Elder, my hatching rebirth will be complete, and I will be a child once again.
Oh my freaking god.
Please take care of me.
Are they dropping some massive, like... Because if this is, he said it's no longer part of my memory, he was talking about I when he sees these mirages as well. Are we the... like, the incarnation of... Because they believe in reincarnation. Are we the incarnation of Long? Of permanence? But would that mean that we're somehow related to the Vidyadhara? I say we, but Dan Heng, right? But I'm playing as Dan Heng right now. What the freaking hell is happening?
Surging power. It's you. You've returned, High Elder.
Returned?
Something terrible is happening in Steel Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
Dan Heng's enemies? Oh my god.
Sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find
And he
them.
called him like... He said to Dan Heng, like, she said you're the elder as well.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now.
Stop.
As headstrong as you always
Stop. What?
It seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Scale Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
This is a lot. What the frick? Wait, so like... They called him High Elder. They said he was like an incarnation of the... Oh my god, look at this image. Incarnation of Long in himself. But that means he has to be related to the Vidyadhara, right? Using Vidyadhara elixirs and things like this.
He's here.
What the freaking hell are you talking about right now? What the hell is happening?
Right on time.
Stop.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling. It's...
What do you mean? What are we doing?
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara
They're just
strike you.
I didn't think we see them again at all on this planet. Would the Mara strike you? Oh my god, Dan Heng's meeting with Blade.
You're here.
Jesus freaking Christ, man.
It's time to pay the price. It's time.
In Dan Heng's dream.
You think changing form will help you escape?
Changing form. What are you talking? Stop. No.
Escape.
Changing form.
I've told you and that woman many times.
That woman.
I am Dan Heng. I have nothing to do with your past.
Wait, so is it a false thing?
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past?
Stop.
You didn't even experience death.
Wait, like you didn't even experience reincarnation? Is that what? Oh, stop, please. Please. I can't believe we're even seeing this meeting right now.
I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Jesus freaking Christ.
Not on my watch.
Who?
You're not
He found him.
anyone today, fugitive.
What is this
You're
scene?
coming with me.
This is so amazing.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
First of all, Blade's voice is so like gravelly and like it's almost like close to being like machine like in nature, not like in tone but or in cadence, but in like sound like, right? And he does look very cool, doesn't he? He does look really freaking cool. I look at Kafka just smiling behind him as well. This is I did not expect this at all. This is such an incredible scene. And Yangxing finally find him. Remember
Hey, move back. Things are about to.
I remember what Jing Louis said, that you wouldn't be a match for Blade. Oh. Dan Heng's like, no, you should probably move back.
You look so familiar.
Look out!
So look out. No way.
Quit hiding.
Oh my god. Holy freaking hell. Oh my god. Look at it. This is not happening. This is not happening right now. Look at his blade work. Look at this. He's countering everything. Oh, the smile. Jeez, what?
You.
Oh my.
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none
Stop!
other than the traitor of the Xianzhou.
Stop right now.
Forever banished.
What the freaking hell?
The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lune.
No, what? What? Lune? What is that? What are you doing? Oh my god. What?
You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
No, but that's freaking... What's Yangxing doing?
In that case, I'll bring both
What
of
is
you
Dan Heng?
to justice.
What are we... What battle? With Yangxing?
Imbibitor Lune. First it was the Stellaron hunters. Now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me.
Wait, no, what? What, we're playing as...
I have no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Look at him!
Save your excuses for the shackling prison.
What the hell? Look at this outfit, look at this hair. He has the freaking video horror freaking horns.
Do not be afraid.
No, stop. Are we playing as Blade as well? Oh my god. Guys, I need several breaks.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends.
His voice, man, and
They're caught in their own bitter
Look at Dan
struggle.
Heng.
Silence.
But he's not Dan Heng.
Either.
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka.
His voice,
Lady,
man.
Listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
Unleash the Mara?
So it begins.
He's using the Mara? And it destroyed some of these things as well. So, Dan Heng is like the High Elder, the incarnation of Long. What are you doing?
To send you.
What the freaking hell? Junction, get out of here.
I wished not to use.
Please, Junction, get out of here. Please get out of here. I'm actually begging you to get out of here. I really am. I'm terrified.
What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
I'm afraid that he will get hurt. Like, I love his determination, but we heard what Jing Louis said.
I wonder if the others are okay.
And he's still thinking about the others as well.
Gotta make this quick.
Don't feel my blade.
You two just won't give up. I only have one choice.
So familiar.
Did she teach you?
Wait.
Then you deserve no mercy.
Does he know something that Jing Louis might have, like, he picked up from Jing Louis, maybe?
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone.
I'm pressing.
But there's no other way.
And then we blast.
Forgive me.
Forgive me. Look at this design. He's like floating.
This isn't over.
Oh my god, and then
All of you,
Kafka.
listen to me. Stop.
With that forceful tone as well. And she did make them stop. What are we? Look at what we're looking at here. Look at this. Look at Dan Heng.
Well, Blady?
Blady.
Are you satisfied?
Oh, this boring young chick, please get out of here, please. I cannot get over it. I will never get over it. Never.
What did you do?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Loufu's hotshot general.
Genuine? Stop. What? This is too much.
Genuine.
General.
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
Is he speaking to who's he speaking to here?
My task is complete.
That it is.
Oh my god, my head is spinning.
Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away.
Huh?
I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time.
Oh my god, with this forceful tone as well. I'm so confused though. Who are they taking away? Taking Blade away, I guess? This is insane.
It's been a long time, old friend.
Old friend. So they knew each other? Obviously, they probably knew each other at that point. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not him.
So Dan Heng is saying, I'm not him. And if that's the case, we're calling him Dan Heng. That's it.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together?
This is... I'm sorry, guys. These scenes are so well written. They're so tense. They're so incredible. Like, I'm literally sitting here, like dying. Like, looking at this stuff.
Lunarescent depths. A realm of singular beauty. Sail Gorge waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another.
Holy hell.
The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Dan Feng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no
So
more.
he's saying that I'm just like the incarnation, I guess? I'm not that person. I'm not that person.
I am Dan Heng. Whether Dan Feng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me.
Are you serious?
I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation
So
of me.
he had to take on the responsibility of his predecessor.
Raising old nets only darkens the water, an exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head.
He's still beautiful.
Or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible.
So Jingon's saying, like, because I look at you right now and the way you look right now, the way the vibe around you makes me feel like I can't forget this.
I already told you.
And Dan Heng's getting angry about this.
You did. But to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be...
If you do anything to Dan Heng, I swear to God.
If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Dan Feng, you must do something for me.
Everett the strategist.
Before I can let Dan Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Loufu.
So he's saying that once this is done, you're free. You're free and no one will ever say anything to you ever again. You're no longer on the run.
I may not be capable of the things that Dan Feng was capable of.
Oh, he's still so pretty.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you.
So it's because of the sin that someone committed before him is the reason that he's like, yeah.
It is as I said.
Look how pretty this is.
Here we stand so different from one another. Dan Feng is no more. Now, there is only Dan Heng. But I am the general of the Loufu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must.
Jesus Christ. He's really playing like a hard game here as well.
Let us talk of happier tidings.
Oh my God.
The friends you made on the Express are here.
My heart is pounding so much right now.
I wish to see them.
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting.
Just waiting just now like this? So, first of all, we're playing as like this version. Look at this. What the hell? So he's taken on the burdens of his forebears, someone who came before him, Dan Feng, and it seems that like the punishment that was given to him is a punishment that was given to his predecessor, and he's inherited all that stuff as well. He is, I guess, to at least to Blade, to Kafka, to Yang Xing, to the General, considered the incarnation of Long, right? I guess that's what it is. Maybe that's what he is, but then they consider him also to be like, you know, Dan Feng and consider him to be how did Blade describe it? I forget how he described the it was something with the Vidyadhara as well. Like I know that. So like yeah, there is that as well. Okay, like but he did like I think that like it's from their perspective that is exactly how they see it, 100%.
I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. But I never anticipated the Antimatter Legion. The hunt is far from over. Yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits. From this battle onward, the Alliance must fight the Legion to our dying breath. Even if it means the end of the Loufu.
Oh my god. Looking at anti-matter Legion stuff here as well, the idea that even if it costs us the Loufu, we have to do something. We have to.
Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Yet they never took up arms against the Alliance. The armies of the Seven Ravagers all have their own means of destruction. They are not to be taken lightly.
So, every single Ravager has a different way of doing things?
Lord Ravager Phantylia favors internal collapse, which is why she masterminded the Stellaron crisis and urged the disciples of Sanctus Medicus out of the shadows. Now that her plot has been laid bare, she has no choice but to retreat. And yet that hardly suits her philosophy of destruction. There must be something more.
Right, the idea of like that she left, right? That she has a plan. I love getting these like little tidbits of information as well. Another echo.
As recorded in the ancient texts, this body of water was brought by my people from our homeworld. It formed part of the roiling deep. It is as pure here as it was there.
By the way, a blade called him the High Elder, is what I remember.
Dragon ancestors nurtured us with the water of life, and bestowed us with the permanence of the Vidyadhara.
Oh my god, we're actually gonna get like a freaking reunion here as well. Like, it's so interesting that there's so much like, and even there like with the water and like, you know, and ancestors and ancestry and all this stuff, how much like they put as an importance here. There's an echo over here as well.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. She left me all alone. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth. Endless waiting.
This is so interesting listening to all these characters as well. It really is.
Do you know something? When Dan Feng committed his great crime, the Ten Lords Commission advocated strongly for him to be destroyed. The Vidyadhara, on the other hand, were split evenly in their favor and disfavor of the motion. The dragon transmutation inheritance was not intact after all. The senior Vidyadhara hated you, yet did not dare to kill you.
So they despised Dan Feng, but didn't want to kill him.
The Vidyadhara were under great pressure. In order to placate the Ten Lords and Skyfaring Commissions,
Excuse me,
they performed an exuviation charm on Dan Feng against his will. Still, they ensured that the charm contained a flaw, thinking that this would fool the Ten Lords Commission. The senior Vidyadhara were sure of their scheme. But you cannot hide fire with paper.
So they made it so that they punished Dan Feng, but they made it so that it was kind of like that it could be flawed and he could get out of it, I guess. Is that what he's saying here? There's one over here as well. This is such an interesting space as well, isn't it? It's such an interesting space.
Sea, cleanse me. Waters of the ancient sea, protect me. This world's good karma is settled. This life's misfortune is erased.
Holy freaking hell. So waters of the sea cleanse me. So they believe the waters are important too. Look at this stuff, man. Holy hell. I still can't get over we're controlling Dan Heng like this. Like, I wasn't expecting this idea at all. And Blade gave up so easily then as well, right? And he said he did what he wanted, or Kafka saying you did what you wanted to do. I will, guys, say is we're going to be ending the video very soon. I want to kind of have maybe the reunion, and then we'll probably end the video there because there's a lot we have to talk about, and a lot I'm definitely going to get wrong, but again, we'll probably get it right over time. This is a big scene. Oh my god! Oh my god, the reunion, but then we look like this.
Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them. Let's go.
Yeah, because he still sees himself as Dan Heng. That's what he sees himself as. Look at this team. It's like a canon story team, you know? Holy freaking, oh my god, with the dragon stuff as well. Insane move.
Let's make it quick. Take this!
Absolutely insane. And we're playing as the, I just realized we're playing as the freaking general. I was so focused on the fact that we're playing as March and Stella and Don Hung together. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about the general right in front of us. This is so cool. This is so legitimately cool.
Search.
Blast again. This move is insane.
Dragon.
Quick!
And he's so confident with it as well, like he knows how to use it.
This is our chance.
Follow my charge.
Oh, we can speed this up, okay.
Here, there's thunder.
Told you I could fight.
Oh my god, I missed you, Marge. DPS queen.
Heaven's Surge.
Was that the general?
Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
Cloud-bearing dragon rise. Are you kidding me? I
There's
kind of
no
want the
time to
general
lose.
to get his special
Here.
move.
There's thunder.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's see him. Let's see him.
Time for the Master's radiant spirit.
Jesus.
Heed my word.
Jesus Christ.
Show no mercy.
Oh my freaking god. What the hell?
Watch this.
Did he summon like a... almost like this like ethereal beast? Also, why is this use Stell as well?
Broken.
I'm very excited to use Stell, as always. This is an insane move.
Heaven's Surge.
It has to be him. It's an insane move. It has to be the general.
This is our chance.
Might as well chip away at this point too, because this is gonna happen now again. Look at the smile on Don Hung's face when he does this too. I'm sorry.
Xing Yuan, where have you been?
I love this reunion, right? And I love the fact that we're getting story out of this too. Am I wrong for just like screaming internally because I want to see the reunion of the trio, even if it's in this form?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The seat of divine foresight relayed the battle reports to me. As for Phantylia's
Phantylia, there's so much has happened in this episode.
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Phantylia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Loufu into a hell of undying abomination.
Again, just like eating away from it the inside. It's such like an evil, sinister way of looking at it, isn't it?
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express. I have brought someone
Stop,
with me
stop,
whom
stop,
I
stop, stop,
think
stop, stop, stop,
you'll
stop,
be
stop,
eager
stop,
to
stop.
see.
The little smile.
Is that
Same girls, same.
Dan Hung?
Yeah.
You are Dan Hung, right? What's with the horns?
Oh my god, like the softness in March's voice as well.
It's a long story, March. It's me.
Oh my god, even like I love how he's like speaking to her as well. You know what I mean? It's like this thing of like reassurance, like it's a long story, but it is me, you know?
So you do have secret strength.
That's the first thing March says.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we?
No, I want the reunion. I want the full reunion. I want a big hug. I want a group hug.
My astral guests, when you first appeared on the Loufu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond
Absolutely
doubt.
crazy.
The Loufu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further
Isn't that,
assistance.
but isn't that actually insane that, like, Kafka, like, her plan went off without a hitch, right? The idea of just, like, bringing us together, right? Everyone is brought together, and it was the Stellar Hunters who did this.
However, as Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Phantylia means that the situation is far from under our control. As General of the Loufu, it would be foolish of me not to ask Dan Heng and the rest of you for your strength at this critical moment.
Even if the crisis on the Loufu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my
I mean, I don't want people to die.
Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express,
That's
the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far
That's
off.
Dad right there.
Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed.
And it's because it's such a big risk. There's so many crazy things that could happen. It's like your creed. You have to follow this.
Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote
Right?
counts.
We voted to come here. Oh my god, please, the reunion. Oh.
Dan Heng?
Oh my freaking god, I'm gonna die. Hold our hand. I need it for the gals. I need it for the gals. Are you kidding me? I need it for the gals. I need to see it. I need to see it.
Thank you, Dan Heng.
And I want Dan Heng to feel free as well, right?
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak.
True. That is true, and that's what we said. Like, he asked for help, but he actually has something hanging over Dan Heng's head.
But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Loufu.
I was doing it for the gals. But like, honestly, like, whatever Dan Heng wants to do, I will follow him as well.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
I do like that Dan Heng pointed out that, hey, like, yes, you talked about what a trailblazer is, but I don't have true freedom right now. I don't. I can't trailblaze as much as everyone else. This thing is hanging over his head. Like, again, it's not it's a request under, like, strenuous circumstances.
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm.
What?
And on Dan Heng's ability to access the memories.
So he needs Dan Heng for sure.
High Elder?
Yeah, he's a High Elder.
When the
Holy hell.
Rainbow Arbiter severed the ambrosial arbor, remnants of the curse of the plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Loufu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence.
That's the Vidyadhara, right?
Under the direction of the High Elder, the Vidyadhara guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve and contain the arbor. To commemorate this magnificent feat and sacrifice, the Alliance erected the Dragon Vista Rain Monument, a Vidyadhara statue.
This is his Vidyadhara statue. It looks like Dan Heng, right? A little bit. It really does. It really does.
Oh, it looks
Yeah.
so much like Dan Heng.
But the cracked face is a nice touch.
I wonder if
What's Dan Heng gonna say to this?
the statue is that Dan Heng's brother?
Oh my god, March. I love. Okay, this is why I love March. She has the face of like I have something on Dan Heng. You know what I mean?
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago.
I love Bart so much.
Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child.
That of a child? Oh, Bailu?
Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Loufu Videodora have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree.
So is he saying that Bailu isn't capable of doing this, but you are?
What happens next is in your hands.
Yeah, but again, yeah, it's something hanging over his head, that freedom. Look at this image, man. Holy freaking hell. Guys, we are ending the video here. And we're gonna come. Oh, sorry. No, I don't. I walked too. We're not gonna walk too far. This was one of the most incredible, insane, out there episodes I feel like I've ever done of Honkai Star Rail. So much happened in one episode. Like, look at where we are at the start to what I'm looking at right now. He still looks awesome, by the way. I maybe can get a good look at him over here. Like, he still looks so cool. Look at that. Oh my god. Mama, I done seen the prettiest person I've ever seen in my life today. Where was he, honey? He was a video horror. He was actually a incarnation of Long himself. Oh, honey, I'm so happy for you. He didn't even look my way. Look at it. Look at even the back of the outfit as well. This is so interesting to see. Let's talk about all the stuff that happened here, and we'll be back on Saturday to do the rest of this mission and all this stuff as well. This is, to me, look, it's Don Heng Imbiter Lune. This is, yeah, I think it's probably the wildest episode we've ever done, right? And let's try to go in order, right? We made it to the we made it to Dan Shu. We had the battle with Dan Shu, and during the battle with Dan Shu, we had an interaction with Phantylia, who is we now know as a Ravager, one of the 7 Ravagers of Nanook, who all have different ways of like enacting out. Like, I'm gonna move this here just so we can. Yeah, there we go. So it's not on his chin. All of different ways of. He's so pretty. All of different ways of enacting out their own type of like punishment or like fighting or war or their own ways of doing things. And what they did was they took over a version, at least. They don't think it's the actual body maybe of Qin Yun. They took over a version of Qin Yun and like tricked us this whole time into like kind of leading them there, I guess. But it's more of a case of like, it seems that they wanted to destroy the Xianzhou from the inside because that's what they love to see. They wanted to weaken the Xianzhou, see it destroy itself from the inside with Marastruck and the Stellaron, and it would have given them great joy. And she was able to witness it. All from like the perch of no one expecting it would be her. But now it's sowing this idea that there is, first of all, a direct influence from Nanook's followers towards us. Right? There is a direct line from Nanook's followers towards us. Not only that, but we also have now the idea as well that at any point in the future we could encounter another Ravager, and it's probably going to be the most terrifying experience ever. Ever. We got, like, after like encountering the Ravager and after like seeing like their plans to destroy the Xianzhou from the inside, we got to this. And slowly they were kind of like drip feeding us some stuff where it's like he was having visions of like a kid who was talking about like the Vidyahara. They mentioned he was like the incarnation of Long himself. They mentioned then, like, you know, it's like, the high priest is back, the elder is back, right? And at that moment, it was kind of like, and throughout the whole time, I think you can go back and like, obviously haven't watched it yet because I haven't edited yet. But through this whole moment, I was like, oh, something's happening. Because at first I thought, like, was he like adopted by the Vidyahara? Did this happen? But no, he is like a full scale, not only a Vidyahara, but like is a descendant of Dan Feng, who was also, I guess, a descendant of, or I guess it's like an incarnation of Dan Feng. Is that what we say? Is that what's happening here? That means like a direct incarnation maybe of Long as well then? And it's the general that needs Dan Heng's power because he's like the only one who can actually do what the general needs to do here as well. The general says that he says that no one has been able to accomplish these feats since like Dan Feng left, but Dan Heng, which I can't believe I'm even say this, would be able to do that. And Dan Heng would be able to like either maybe help in either the flooding of this area again or opening a way to the arbor. So he would be able to like do this, open the road to the Ambrosial Arbor, it says here, and we could talk to others in the hall. We do that too. So like Dan Heng is able to do this as well. It seems that Dan Heng has left this life behind. He didn't want anything to do with this life. He felt like he was being punished for the sins of Dan Feng, and because they always look so alike, because that's what the general was saying. They always look so alike. It's hard for them to shake this idea that you're not the one who did this. Blade, when he attacked, Dan Heng and said, "This is the traitor of the Xianzhou," right? And even Yang Xing at the time was like, "I'm going to like I'm going to put you both in jail then as well." Which, by the way, Yang Xing appearing at the time was like such a cool thing as well. Really shows that like I guess like he learned something, because I think he did learn something from Jing Lui, right? Or is that what they were saying during the battle there as well? But it seems that he was like very much like, you know, like the idea of the traitor of the Xianzhou was a big deal for the people here, because Yang Xing was ready to put this beautiful creature known as I'm not saying he's a creature now, he's Vidyahara. I mean creature isn't just like a endearing thing to say. This Dan Heng into like prison, right? He wanted to do this as well, so like almost instantly it changed his perspective from like I gotta stop Blade to I gotta stop both of them. Both Kafka and Blade wanted to meet Dan Heng, it seemed. And Kafka, though, stopped the fight afterwards. And it seemed like Blade was like, okay, I've done what I needed to do. I'm leaving. So I wonder if, like, they just wanted to lead Dan Heng here, so he would have to do this as well. I wonder if that's something they want to do. But he also, like, seemed like he definitely wanted to fight. Maybe he wanted to... Maybe the fight with Dan Heng, he wanted to awaken this inside of him as well. That could be a case too. I might look back as well, and I'll come back if there's anything else, and I can talk about that as well, that I missed there with that point too. But I think that the crux of all this is, Dan Heng is considered the High Elder of the Vidyahara, right? He is someone who inherited the sins of Dan Feng, and now he's the only one who can open the road to the Ambrosial Arbor. And the only one who can even accomplish feats like this is Dan Heng. But he kind of like rejects this past, and he's doing this to kind of be free, it seems. He's doing this so that at this point, after this is all done, he can actually trailblaze. Once he's finished this, he can actually be a trailblazer and actually go through life without having to like, you know, be watched over or have people, constantly be looking over his shoulder and stuff like this as well, which I actually think is like a very beautiful sentiment as well, from my perspective. But it seems like that's what we're getting at here with this as well. The general's very crafty, and it's the way he even almost like worked hand in hand. It seemed like I don't know if that's directly what happened. He was like almost like working hand in hand with Kafka in a way. It seems like, like as soon as the general showed up, like Kafka knew the general was going to show up, which again could be the paths thing as well. Could be that they arranged it. Could be a paths thing, like seeing all the different paths and stuff like this. But I'm so interested in the relationship between Blade and Dan Heng, because it's more interesting that Blade didn't try to continue to kill. And you know what? Kafka did tell him to stop, so it might be that as well, and say like, "Are you satisfied?" So maybe like, I feel like Blade is the type of person that maybe he would. Maybe Kafka's just so powerful, but we don't know Blade well enough yet. So again, the crux of everything. Dan Heng is the High Elder of the Vidyahara. He has the power to open the road to the Ambrosial Arbor. He inherited the sins from Dan Feng, and he was always supposed to be considered the reincarnation or the incarnate version of Long. We now have the Phantylia on the loose as well, doing some horrible stuff here, trying to destroy the Xianzhou from the inside, and trying to use the Celeron's power in that way as well. And they are one of the Ravengers of Nanook. So Nanook is like a direct influence, at least like his followers have a direct influence on like noticing, like of being directly, targeted towards us as well. That's what this whole crux of this is. And honestly, if I missed anything else, I can come back after this. This was one of the most incredible episodes ever, guys. I was in bits playing this. It was so amazing. Can't wait to see what happens next. The next episode is going to be this is the next part of the story. It's the next part of the story. And I'm very, very excited to get into this, but also terrified. Thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot believe we're looking at this. I cannot believe. Hi guys, it's Calvin back once again. How are you doing? And I'm going to talk about some stuff I wrote down. Just a few things I wrote down. Blade said he had a feeling welling up inside him, and I wonder if that has to do with like maybe Mara struck in some way, because Kafka also said to him like, hey, let the Mara struck strike you, right? Which is interesting. Blade does not believe Dan Heng when he says, I'm not Dan Feng. He believes it's some sort of thing where it's like, you can't hide your face. You try and hide, but it's not going to stop me from doing whatever I need to do. Even though afterwards, Kafka said, like, hey, are you satisfied? And I wonder if in that moment when he was fighting Dan Heng, did he realize this isn't Dan Feng? I wanted that as well. Blade also says, like, oh, did you teach something? Did you teach that? Did someone teach him that? And also says, choose your battles wisely to Yang Xing. And that's also something that Jing Louis said as well. The idea of choosing your battles wisely. You will die if you go up against Blade right now. And he even said that. So it's obviously like he's still has some lessons, I guess, that he learned from Jing Louis as well. The general knew Dan Feng and Blade. And what they're saying is basically that like the appearances of these people are so similar that the general just looks at Dan Heng and thinks Dan Feng. He also knew Blade as well. And they were all seemed to be Dan Feng, Blade, and the general all seemed to be like, at least tight to a certain extent together. And now there's this perspective, I think, from all of them. Everyone has a different reaction to the idea of a traitor and all this stuff as well. Even Blade was trying to kill Dan Heng there as well. But he says basically he's hanging over his head in a way where it's like, I will forget about... And he didn't, like, he's not saying emotionally, but I think he's saying like, in everything but emotions, in terms of the law, I will forget that you are Dan Feng if you do this for me. And yeah, that's all the things I had to say about that as well, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for always being so cool. Let's go back to the part where I say goodbye to you guys. Thank you to Tyfire 2, JB Bull, Jetta the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Adusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Lean, Hike Sperian, Jared Beanham at the High Stream, my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, and Blasco. I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much to Tyfire 2, JB Bull, Jonathan Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Adusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leanne, Hike Sperian, Jared Beanham, and my YouTube members of the highest tier, Royal Gamer 7, and Blasco. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.